Hey everyone, thanks for watching. We're at almost to the tip of Old Mission Peninsula, the home of Jerry Wares, who's a harp maker. Jerry, thanks for taking the time to speak with us.
I'm always happy to talk about harps.
This is fascinating to me. You make harps and have for what, about 15 years now?
About 15 years. I've been a woodworker all my life, but I've been making harps for 15 years.
And you say that you've made about, what, 700?
Nearly 700.
How do you go about getting into making a harp? I mean, how's that happen?
Well, you have to study a little bit about the string lengths and sounds and how they are tuned, and you can apply that to a harp to get it strung properly and be able to play it as a musical instrument.
And you have several here at the house. You have what I consider to be a stand-up harp, but you also have smaller harps. You have harps of all kinds, right?
Yes, I have about 7 different models of harp, starting with a very small lap harp up to the full professional harp.
Now, you were telling me that you've made harps that go all over the world, not here just the state of Michigan or around the United States, but all over the world.
We have harps in a number of countries. We're not, I make harps myself, so there's a limit to how many I can make, but we do have harps in Canada, Australia, Croatia, Ireland, Belgium.
Now, when you make a harp, someone contacts you and say, Jerry, I need one of your harps. How long does that process take?
I have my harps made ahead of time. I have every model that I make on the floor, so if somebody wants a harp, they can have it now.
All right, so, but when you start to make a harp, let's say you were to make one start today, how long would that take?
The larger professional harp, like this one behind me here, would take me probably about 6 weeks.
Is that right? That seems pretty fast.
Well, that's all I do.
Yeah. All right, so the wood you use, let's talk a little bit about the wood you use. Where do you get that from?
I get my wood locally. I use primarily North American hardwoods, which would be cherry, maple, walnut, but I do use some exotic woods at times. But wood is available right here in Traverse City.
All right, and you were showing me a smaller harp that you make as well, but you were saying that the wood, you got that from New Zealand. Tell me the story about that.
The wood is called curry wood, and it was about 50,000 years ago. It was pushed into a swamp in New Zealand and remained underwater all these years, and now they're digging it up, and it is workable lumber, and I made 2 of these small harps out of it.
And the word on the age of this wood is something like 50,000 years old?
50,000 years, been tested by scientists. It is actually 50,000 years old.
All right, so when people come to you and they want harps, how do they contact, how do they hear about you?
Strictly by word of mouth or on like this on television or on newspapers, articles about us, magazine articles. It's strictly a word-of-mouth proposition.
All right, so you've been making harps now for about 15 years. How much longer do you think you'll make harps?
Well, I keep getting asked that. I'm getting a little old, but I plan on doing it for maybe 10 more years.
Yeah. Wow, 10 more years?
Yes.
All right, and I was asking you if you could tell me who one of my favorite comedians is of all time, and your answer was?
Harpo Marx.
Harpo Marx, exactly right. One of the funnier guys in the world, but he also plays the harp and plays the piano. And I said to you, I think the piano is a type of harp because you're basically using strings and things that hit the strings.
Yes, it's a little mallet touches a string on a piano, where a harp is just plucked with the fingers.
All right, so tell me the hardest thing about making a harp.
Usually it's cutting the top, which is referred to as the neck, and getting it in the right shape, and getting the distance between that and the soundboard proper so the strings will have the right note.
And I asked you before we turned the camera on about what do you think of these newfangled harps that are made of carbon fiber, and you said?
I don't think that there's any carbon fiber that can sound like wood. Wood has a habit of being more mellow, and its sound is just more like a musical instrument should be.
All right, here's a slogan for you. If it ain't wood, it ain't good.
That's probably right.
Jerry, thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
At the tip of the Old Mission Peninsula talking harps, I'm Vic McCarty from My News 26.